Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Jaybird, and we're coming at it with another video today. And today we're going to be talking about mostly boost management, how to rank up, what are some boost paths you can take, basically the best way to rotate around the field and keep the most boost at all times, so you don't ever get stuck in net with zero boost or stuck on offense with zero boost, not able to go up for an aerial. And so basically, a quality of life boost video. And these will help you rank up because boost management is probably the most important thing in Rocket League. So we're going to go over a general way of how we're going to go about this. So first I'll talk about offensive rotations, boost paths, different boost paths that you can take, and whether you should steal boost, whether you shouldn't. Then we'll talk about some basic rules of boost, when to use boost, when to not use boost, just some basic common sense that most players don't know about, even including myself. I learned some things making this video. And then the last thing we'll talk about is defensive boost rotations, best way to get boost and rotate around the play, and so that you don't get stuck in net with nothing. Alright, so now that we're getting into talking about the actual boost paths, I went ahead and hopped in Paint over here so that I could give you a better view other than being in free play. So I went ahead and circled all the small pads with the yellow circles, and then I did the big boost pads with the big red circles. So in this first part, we're going to be talking about the offensive rotations and where you can get the most boost and what's most efficient for you and your team. So we're going to be breaking into three parts: the first, second, and third man. Whichever you are, wear the best pass. So we're going to start with the first man, and as first man, you most likely made a play going from defense to offense, and the play happened in the corner somewhere, and you're just rotating out. So before you can actually make your rotation, you're probably doing some sort of recovery, and you won't be able to pick up these boost pads right here. But these are probably the last ones you won't be able to pick up. You can start thinking about your rotation after that. So the first one I want to mention is if your teammates are, depending on your rank, if you're, I'd say, diamond or higher, then this could be an option. If they have the corner boost, I suggest going for their corner boost and then rotating back in. That is an option there. And then sometimes their corner boost isn't there though. And so this is where the boost pads really come in handy. And I will say these boost pads routes are most likely more effective than the stealing their boost route. But if you're in the higher ranks, stealing their boost could be worth it because they rely on boost for aerials and stuff. But if you're lower ranked, I suggest taking the boost pad way more often than stealing their corner boost. So the first pad that I want to talk about is taking this one right here. And this is a nice wide rotation. And you pick up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You pick up 6 boost pads, and that will leave you with 72 boost. And it puts you back here behind your teammates just in case something goes badly in the corner over here and you need to react to it. So now, what if something doesn't go badly, something's going well, and your teammates make a play and the ball's coming in and you want to stay close to offense, you don't want to go all the way back to where your side. So that's where, after you pick up these 4 boost pads right here, you have the option to cut in as well. And you can pick up these 2 boost pads and finish your rotation by looking in. Probably pick up this boost pad as well. And this will give you the same path of 72 boost. And think about it, 72 boost versus 100 boost by stealing theirs. It's not that much of a difference if you think about it. Sure, you get a 28 boost difference, but the boost pads are a much safer route on offense. And so those are some of the main ones that are when you're rotating back. And let me just go over one other one really quick. Okay, so I went ahead and took off all the extra lines and stuff because there's one more I wanted to talk about, and that is if you're playing second man. And playing second man is a little bit different. So most likely you're going to be want to be waiting middle somewhere for a pass, just in case they pass it out somewhere over here, and you're going to want to have your momentum up. So let's say you start back here somewhere, and your first man's driving the ball over here. So one of the things you can do is I like to be a little bit on the opposite side of the play over here, and you can rotate in and grab these boost pads right here, and as the play moves this way, you can rotate in with it. Or as the play moves out this way, you can take these 2 pads and come in, try to make a play on the ball. So basically what I'm saying is use this triangle right in the middle here, because you can just circle the triangle and you can get 48 boost, no biggie, and super easy. You don't go out of position for anything, and you already got yourself 48 boost just by doing a little circle in the middle of the field. And so that was one of the big things on offense when you're playing second man. Hey, and while you're here, don't forget to drop a like, comment, and maybe subscribe if you're enjoying the content. This is a pretty new channel, so I'm still trying to get it to grow. Basically, it'd really help out. I'm trying to make videos more often, and anything helps. So, without further ado, let's hop into the next thing. In this bit, we're going to be talking about some of the basics of boost management, how to not waste boost when you're on the field, and how to use it most efficiently. We already talked about some of that when we were on the offense rotations, and I just wanted to talk about some more of the simple and advanced tricks that you can use before we get into the defensive situations. So one of the most basic things that I see people in platinum or lower doing mostly is they'll just be driving around the field and they're trying to keep it at a fast pace, and they just are using boost. They'll just feather their boost when they're just driving around the field. They're not in the play. They're not about to be in the play. They're just rotating around the field using boost for no reason. Stop doing that. It's a waste of boost and you're not helping yourself. You're not actually moving faster. The way to be fast in Rocket League, yes, your car moving is fast, but if the faster way to be fast in Rocket League is by positioning well and being able to react to any situation first before the other team can, and knowing what's coming. It's game sense that makes you fast. It's not the speed of your car. And so feathering your boost around the field isn't going to help you. It's just going to make you worse and make you not be able to go for any aerials and stuff. And then something else that I find I do mostly when I'm tilted is I waste boost going for a demo. I just boost and boost and boost straight after the guy. And it's a huge waste. So when you're going for a demo, it's okay to use boost a little bit, maybe 20 boost. Now, the only times I would say use more than that is if you're in a breakaway, say your teammate's dribbling the ball and there's only one defender left and you're in front of your teammate, then you can go for a demo, use as much boost as you want. You're probably going to score. Okay, and then there's one other time is when you're going for, say you're going for a demo across the goal line, you just were the first man. We talked about rotations earlier. And then you can waste your boost going for a demo if they have their corner boost, because you know you'll steal it right after. Because you try to get a demo, don't get it, go straight for the corner boost. So now, let's hop into the next thing of defensive rotations and get right into it. Okay, so as before, we have the boost pads in yellow and the big boost in red. And so we're just going to hop right into it straight away. So first we're going to go over, you just made your rotation on defense and the other team broke away. They're now driving down the field and you have to rotate back post. So I've got 3 different paths for you to go over. So the first one we already talked about in the offensive situations, and basically it's this giant curve right here. Takes you to back post, gets you there with a roughly 72 boost, give or take 12 or 24 boost if you pick them all up, or if you miss some. But basically you should end up around 72 boost on that rotation. And then since we already talked about that one, I'll talk more about these other ones. So the next one is super basic, super easy. If you're in the lower ranks, you don't know the field that well, use this one. And that is the straight line, but with a little curve at the end. Check it out. You also get the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 boosts if you pick them all up. Say you miss one, you'll still end up with roughly 72 boost. And that's plenty of boost to make any kind of play. 72 boost, you can do a lot. You can go high, you can get to the ceiling and down just fine. So the reason I don't have you go straight back here into the net is because back post. And if you don't know, back post is the best place to rotate. On defense, it's the most efficient most of the time, basically all the time. But I'm not going to get too much into that because this is a boost video, not a rotation video. So now the third one I want to talk about is the straight line with a little twist to it. So basically you want to pick up these 3, 1, 2, 3, or perhaps this one, 1, 2, 3, 3 boost either way. And then you want to go zigzag this way. You want to cut down and then curve all the way to back post. This is probably the best rotation in my opinion. It's easier to follow than the giant curve in my opinion as well. And you pick up a lot of boosts. You can get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 boost pads, which will leave you with 84 boosts if you don't miss any. But assuming you miss some, you should end up with, again, roughly 72. But it is much more efficient and it's much smoother than taking the straight line or the giant curve, because you can react to plays better by taking this rotation. So now we're going to move on to situations where you're already on defense and the best way to get back to back post since you just came from there. And so the first thing we're going to talk about is plays happening over here, and you made your play, and you're rotating. So the first thing to look for every time after your rotation is this mid boost here? If it is, take it, because taking it steals the 100 boost from your opponents. They don't get on their rotations. It benefits everybody on your team, including yourself. Take the mid boost if it's there. If the mid boost isn't there, number one next thing to never do is never go for their corner boost. Please, I don't care if you landed from aerial right here and your momentum's already going that way. Turn and take a boost path that we just talked about back, okay? Do not go for that corner boost ever. That's a no-go. So now, with that said, there are a few ways to get back the most efficiently. And the first one is taking this boost pad and then going straight through this line right here. That is one of the fastest ways back, and you also get 48 boost. And it's really easy to take because it's basically a straight line. And so I recommend taking this one if, say, one of your teammates got demoed or they were stupid and went way down here for the other team's corner boost. Okay, that's the only reason. That's the only way I would take these right here, because there's no need to panic. There's no need to rush getting back to back post. Your teammates are as good as you, if you're, are roughly as good as you, depending on what their skills are, defense or offense. But they both have probably the same defense as you, and trust them as much as you trust yourself. So that boost rotation right there is pretty good. And the next one I want to talk about is a little more clunky, but it's wider and you have more time to react, build up speed, see the play, react to what's happening. And that is taking this straight line, and then you can curve it in at the end right here. You get the same amount of boost, but the rotation is a little bit longer. And it's okay to have a little bit of a longer rotation if the play is moving slower and you trust your teammates a little bit and you want to build up speed. Because if you rotate properly, you don't want to end up stopping in net. You want to be able to have a little bit of momentum to keep going. You don't want to stop moving. So those are the two of the best rotations coming back, and you still have plenty of boost to play the ball and everything. And if your opponents clear the ball, if your teammates clear the ball, why would your opponents clear the ball? You can just keep rotating through and grab the curves like we talked about on offense. So now the last thing I want to mention about these boosts right here on defense is the bow. This is what I call the bow. And some people call it the diamond, but basically this bow right here is the savior of defenses, okay? When you're in net, you can just grab a couple boosts while you're waiting for a play to happen. You can do anything. You can go over here, you weren't ready for a play, the ball's going over your head, rotate all the way around, let your teammate take it, and now you're back post again, and you just grabbed 5 boost pads giving you 60 boosts. This will save your life so many times on defense. Grab it when you're getting back to net. Do everything. Memorize this boost path, and you will be so much better at defense, and you'll have so much more boost to do so much more with the ball. That's probably the biggest takeaway from this entire video is memorize this bow, and you will win so many more games if you can use this to its most effective use, I guess. I don't know what to say. Anyways, with that said, that's going to wrap it up for the defensive section and bring us into our outro. So ladies and gents, as always, thank you for watching. If you learned something, go ahead and drop a like. If you have any takeaways from the video that you'd like to mention, go ahead and drop a comment below. Anything helps. And if you want to see more content like this, go ahead and subscribe. I'll try to get out at least 1 video a week, maybe 2. Maybe try to getting out 2 more often than not now. And so yeah, stick around. Hope you enjoy. See ya.